You're fucking lying. Oh my god.
All right, MMA Maniacs, it's time once again for your weekly MMA podcast called Split Decision, brought to you from the Ruloff Family Inc. studios. Bueller, Dodge, and Dennis ready to break you off some MMA news.
It's the lights. It's sunshine.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm sweating under these lights. We got a couple of fights to
They're
go from
LED.
last weekend.
They're not even hot.
I'm pretending they are.
Okay.
Maybe it's just you. Maybe you're
All
hot.
right, I am.
So yeah,
Heat
fights
from
from
my
last
undercarriage.
weekend. Whoa! Making cheese down there? This is
what?
This is awkward.
Wow, crazy.
I'm getting jellyfish right now. Oh man.
He's starfishing.
He's fucking spooning me at this point. So yeah, Bellator had a pay-per-view over the weekend. UFC had a fight night as well. And then lots of news going down this week. We're going to kick it off from mymmanews.com.
Weird news week.
Weird. It is a really weird news
When we go to the recaps, very weird.
Boop. Stoolgate times 2.
Times 2.
Tonya
Dos de
Evinger.
pupes.
Yeah.
So let's start off with we had the event that we talked about. This is going down at UFC 214. We have Cyborg was supposed to fight Megan Anderson for the vacant featherweight championship. Megan Anderson
Vacant because Jermaine Durandame vacated the belt and he's going down to 135.
back to where she said she belongs.
Yeah.
Megan Anderson said she is pulling out of this fight temporarily for
That's the wrong graphic. That's Cormier Jones.
It's 214.
Yeah, not yet though.
Not yet though. So she is pulling out for personal reasons.
I'm blocking it.
She has not stated what those personal reasons are, but she is pulling out of the fight due to personal reasons that she will be back to fight.
Because she personally feels like Cyborg would smash her fucking face.
Well, that was a lot of what was going on online. There was also a lot of going online that she possibly might be pregnant.
Huh?
What?
But there's also a lot of people that believe that she doesn't need to be giving us explanations, that it's personal and it should remain personal.
She don't know it's crap.
Well, I mean, if you sign a bout agreement and then you pull out of said bout agreement, I think you kind of do owe people an explanation.
Yeah, it was personal.
All
That's
right.
my explanation.
It's just personal?
Personal.
I want more than that. I'm with the fans that want more.
So, stepping up, Tonya Evinger.
Well, my thing is, like, what could have happened in the 2 weeks from her signing the bout? And then
There was also rumors that she possibly failed a drug test.
And that's...
But she's saying that's not true either.
Yeah, I'd heard that as well. So that's why I'm
going
wondering.
with the visa.
So
she's got visa
issues?
Visa issues? Yeah, see? Do you want fucking rumors, Megan, or do you want facts?
Isn't she American?
We'll make
No,
shit up.
I don't...
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She's American, lives in America, and can't fight in America due to visa issues?
Donald
I don't
Trump,
know.
travel
look
ban.
Look up, see if Megan
Are you really
Anderson...
fucking surprised with Trump?
Yeah, Donald Trump travel ban.
Visa issues.
Oh,
Just
she's Australian. All right.
See? See?
Oh,
There you go.
Australia's one of
Win
the
one
countries
for
that we
the
ban.
Gipper over here.
thank you.
I mean, shit, California has a travel ban right now. You can't fly to Tennessee.
You know what I do? I come in and drop bombs. That's what I do.
So Tonya Evinger is stepping up. She was the replacement for the Invicta fight. Now she's getting called up. She will fight Cyborg for the vacant featherweight title, which is pretty crazy.
I just want to point out neither of these are attractive hotties.
Now,
Just
kids,
for a future story, you know.
Tanya, when you do come to California,
You can beat the living crap out of Josh.
I don't think
anytime.
Josh realized that we are on actually like a texting basis with you, Tanya.
Yeah.
No.
So when you do come to town, I'm going to introduce you to my brother, Josh.
so
him down.
he's referring to a future story
Yeah.
we're going to get to with Felice Herrick. However, Cyborg has also publicly stated that the UFC is not pumping this fight up enough.
She
her
says that
lights.
she's not on the poster. She's all upset about the UFC 214 poster that just got released, which Josh put up earlier out of, like he's jumping the gun.
It was 214.
Where
It's
they
like
are
3
promoting.
o'clock, dude.
we really don't work any of this out.
Where they are,
we just fall into a room and then stuff happens.
we fell into this new studio. It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Look at that TV behind
We
you.
have all these LED screens back here. It's awesome.
They're constantly running MMA news from my MMA news that we don't normally get because we only cover this once a week. They cover it 24/7.
24/7.
When I screamed at everybody on the other side of the glass to not walk by while we're doing the show,
Yeah.
I told them, don't do it. They were making kissy faces and where you stick your mouth on the window and blow it up.
Yeah, the fish face. We got barricades on both
Yeah.
sides of the sidewalk. There was a guy in a banana costume. It was weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you see the UFC 214 poster, it's only Jones and DC, which they've been pumping up for the last 2 years. They've been trying to make this fight happen.
2 years.
So-
and here's what's funny about that.
There's going to be more media.
There's nothing funny about that.
Well,
relax.
but I get it. But I understand what Cyborg's saying, but from a different
Do you?
angle. Yes, I do, and here's why.
No, you don't. You don't speak
Was
Portuguese.
it through a translator?
You're right, I don't. But here's the thing: is that Dana White, which we've learned not to trust Dana White, he has already said that he is no longer going to promote Jones as a main event. So if we take Dana White's logic from the last time Jones got busted, then it would make sense to say, okay, we're going to do Cyborg and whoever she's fighting on this poster, along with Jones and Cormier. I know Jones and Cormier is the bigger fight. I'm not an idiot. But per Dana's own words, he was no longer going to put Jones at the forefront of any more advertising.
As the main event, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah,
now the
remember
main
this
event-
one? There will be no women's division.
Connor and Mayweather are not fighting.
Speaking a little bit more about Chris Cyborg, she has pleaded not guilty to her battery charges against Angela Magna.
How do you plead not guilty to that? You're on video punching somebody in the face.
It's not
Was it a
battery.
punch? Was it a punch?
I mean, it was a punch.
Merely high-speed popping a blackhead.
Ooh.
I was doing an exfoliation.
Exfoliation.
And then also replacing the now fights that Invictus like losing constantly. We have Miliana Dudavina going up
Stepping
against
in at Invictus
Mara Romero Barella.
Just jumping back.
That is now the main event was the co-main event. That's now the main event for Invictus 24.
Jumping back onto
So
the
how
Cyborg
is
thing.
it that Invicta is not short of having women to fight, but somehow the UFC is short of
Because
having women
Invicta's
to
an
fight?
all-women's league, sir.
No,
and the
well, I'm
UFC
just saying-
drafts up from Invicta.
Yeah, it's like, you know what I mean? Like if you need to borrow some sugar, go to your neighbor's door and knock on the door.
That's where the sugar is. To
Yeah.
Invicta.
Okay. Josh pointed out there's not a lot of sugar over there, but that was Josh's opinion.
So back to Cyborg, she's employing the Shaggy defense. It wasn't me
It wasn't me.
in her battery case.
Can't prove it.
Also happening at UFC 213, we had Lawler and Cerrone
Yeah,
fighting.
we were actually supposed to interview one of these guys next week. I don't know if we're still getting those interviews.
Probably not now that the fight's been
Do we
I
know,
haven't heard anything,
Do we know
Isaac.
how he got a blood infection?
No. But he has a super bad. This is Donald Cerrone. He's being pulled out of this fight. He says it's going to take 7 days of IV.
a super bad infection in his blood. What is
Yeah.
a super bad infection?
One where it's going to take 7 days of IV treatment.
So,
to
so
get
that
rid of.
means McLovin is in his bloodstream.
Or he got
It's
bit by a
super
brown
bad.
recluse.
Super bad.
That's what it's Jonah
He got bit
Hill.
by a brown recluse in California
in California.
or Texas. Doesn't he live in New Mexico?
I thought he was Arizona.
I don't know, bro, but my uncle, he got bit by a brown recluse, and half his fucking body fell off.
As he was walking.
It's okay though; he's all right
He's
now.
all right now. He's got protheses.
So that fight is going to be delayed.
No,
it will
he's
not be.
literally just all right.
Well done. Well done. He lost his left.
Dana White is saying this fight will not be at UFC 214.
Bullshit, really?
Yep.
Fuck.
That it'll
All right.
be at another time, but they will make this fight happen.
Blood.
That means it's not happening now, people.
Everybody speculate on this blood infection.
However,
Tetanus.
replacing some fights that are
I-
moving around.
I have read that the was caused by an injection.
On UFC 214, we are going to now
Tetanus?
have Tyrone Woodley defending his belt
Yeah.
against Damian Maia.
That's right. That did get put on 214. Very exciting. 214 is shaping up to be the 4th of July card we all want.
Yeah.
Get on his back, Jack.
It's a 4th of July card on July 9th or 29th.
29th. I think that's the Labor Day card
This is
from September.
it's the summer solstice card.
Or the SummerSlam card.
That already happened.
Yeah, that was.
Although
Doesn't matter. It's still the
it is announced on there that Henan Barao will be fighting Aljamain Sterling. However,
We don't
the
know what weight class.
California State Athletic Commission is saying they will not license Henan Barao at 135 pounds.
Why is that?
Because he lost to a bathtub.
And they don't know if he can
make.
make weight safely. So they said in California that he will now have to do a catch weight of 140 first before they feel that he is safe to go back down to 135.
That's just fucking stupid. You know, you find out if he can make 135, you let him fucking make 135.
Unless he can't.
And if he can't, then he doesn't fight.
He did that once.
A long time ago.
It's a safety precaution due to extreme weight cutting that they're trying to cut out, man.
It's been 2 years.
Been there, done that. I think we got the poster.
Maybe he was on Atkins. I don't know. We do. He's doing fucking keto or South Beach diet for the last couple of years, and he's solid now.
What is the keto anyway? I read a lot about that. Is it? I think it's good.
You boil water in it to make tea.
That's a kiddo.
That's what I said, isn't it?
Okay, all right, man.
UFC 215 has now got another bout. We're going to have Junior Dos Santos going up against Francis Ngannou.
I like it.
I like this fight a lot. Ngannou's on a 9-fight win streak.
But I thought that's who Derek was coming back to fight.
He eventually wanted to come out. Yeah, he's unretired, by the way, Derek Lewis.
Yeah,
Of
because he
course he
said,
is.
did you hear what he said?
Yeah, he doesn't want chicken head sliding into his DMs anymore because he's getting married.
Not only that, but
Oh.
he said his kids was
I heard
getting on
that
his
too.
nerves. He said his kids was getting on his nerves and he just wanted to smoke some weed.
Oh, dude, I'm with you. Derek
Yeah.
Lewis, yeah, we're the same person.
Yeah.
Someone nicknamed you the Black Beast?
Maybe. I'm not telling you what club it was at.
She has really small hands, though.
She does.
Michelle Waterson, the karate hottie, is going to be going on the body issue for ESPN. Now, we've already seen, obviously, Ronda Rousey. We've seen Misha Tate on the body issue. Now we have the karate hottie up on the body issue.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah,
good
she's
for her.
doing. You can check it out on My MMA News. A little quick, like
Dude, that
15,
butt to thigh muscle, bro.
15-second video, I think, where you can see a little behind the scenes action. She has like a
Just with
sword,
that?
and she's like,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I saw the GIF that
Yeah.
ESPN put out, which actually has her going from standing to kicking
Yeah.
and rotating a little bit, and then it forms into this frozen picture that we have here in front of us. You have that up there, too? Yeah,
Yeah.
So it's up there behind us.
Mm-hmm.
The GIF,
Is that green screen or is she really at the...
No, she was really
she's
there.
really there.
Yeah?
It's a real thing.
There, she was
All
at
right.
some sort of rock.
It's some sort of rock. Fucking Utah, I think.
If I could live my leg
Science,
that high,
where's
I would
that
try
at?
to recreate that picture with this green screen.
Shit.
If someone could get in a green screen suit and hold my leg up for me, we might be able to do it.
Will you be naked?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Why? I could tuck it.
Would you do me? I would do me.
Come check out this van. I need help moving this couch. Can you help me put it in?
Puts lotion on its skin. So wait,
fat person.
real quick, does she has one of the covers
Yes.
of the body issue? Because there's Ezekiel Elliott,
Uh-huh.
and then there's the tennis player. What's her name? Wozniak. Mm-hmm. She's got one too. So is there only 3 covers?
I don't know.
All right. Moving on now. UFC
If
cancels.
it wasn't MMA, we didn't discuss
we didn't
it.
discuss it.
UFC 215, which is the one we just talked about, Junior Dos Santos, is moving from August 19th to September 9th.
We don't want anything around the Mayweather-Conor fight.
No, not at all.
Is that the September 11th fight?
Yes, it's
That
the
is- wow.
remembrance fight.
Wow. In memoriam.
In memoriam.
Every fight ends with both fighters falling over.
Oh!
Hey,
Still-
man, you open the fucking door. Why can't I walk through it?
Still going to be going on in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Edmonton having some issues, obviously, with their athletic commission. We'll see if this fight actually happens.
Is that why they said they're moving it?
No, because it's still happening in Edmonton. It's just at a different time.
Oh, okay. So it has to be because of the Conor fight.
I
Conor
would,
Mayweather
yeah,
fight.
definitely. I would
The UFC doesn't want to take.
definitely agree.
Doesn't want
definitely.
somebody saying, "I can't afford to buy the Conor fight because I bought this UFC thing." Yeah. All right. And then Hillary Clinton is going to be partnering up with the UFC. I don't know why she's on.
Guess
this thing.
what? It involves her, and that was a lie.
The UFC has announced a partnership with Performance Inspired, which is a supplement company that's going to be the official sports supplement of the UFC.
Is another way to fuck your fighters, Dana?
Yeah, that's gonna take Muscle Farm's place then, right?
Yeah.
The UFC is.
So tell Muscle Farm to fuck off, and then you can tell the fighters they're going to get 1 cent.
I thought Muscle Farm had moved over to Bellator already.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, whatever it is. No, this is going to be really lucrative for the fighters. They're all going to get a percentage.
They're saying we are proud
0.01%.
that the UFC has put their trust in Performance Inspired products. We spared no expense in formulating Performance Inspired to ensure that products both taste amazing with meaningful formulas and support the needs of athletes and customers who are looking for effectively high-end nutrition they can trust.
That's great. I'm sure Performance Inspired is great. I just, like I said, with the Reebok deal, which Scott Coker talked about this week. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Saying he doesn't understand how Reebok can even force, or how UFC can force their fighters to wear uniforms.
That he considers them independent contractors.
Yeah, so now I'm wondering, are they going to force the UFC fighters to take
These
products?
I don't think so. I just think they can't. Obviously, it's another sponsorship.
So they can't-
It'll be all over the canvas, and it'll be all this. UFC is trusts them to basically not. And if you're taking these products, they're going to be banned substance free. Regular testing for these will be okay. We're not going to check those other ones.
I wonder if it's going to be a thing though, where like say Felice Herrig, for example, how she does promote Muscle Farm, I believe. So are they going to tell her, well, now you can't do that because we're doing this company?
I don't think so. Because again, they're allowed to have their own sponsors outside of Fight Week. They just can't talk about it during Fight Week.
Right.
So
that's what I'm wondering, is it's going to
just like we'll get to BJ Penn wearing his shorts inside out.
There's no rule says you can't.
There will be now.
There will be
Another UFC Fight Night 114 will be going down August 5th in Mexico City, and Aranda Marcos is going to take on Alexa Grasso.
Nice.
I like that fight.
That's a great fight.
I'm very interested in that fight. We'll see what ends up happening there.
When is that happening?
That is going down August 5th.
August 5th. All right, cool.
And then before we get into the reviews, Bellator announced a series of events. The first one going down September 23rd. We have Benson Henderson going up against Patricky Pitbull Ferrari, which I like that fight. And then also we have Roy Nelson making his Bellator debut up against Javi Ayala.
He's going like full backwoods, isn't he?
Dude,
He said
but there is some airbrushing
everywhere.
There's some airbrushing.
He's gonna belly rub every sponsorship he gets.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
They got a fan working in that room and everything.
His beard and his hair are one. There's no separation there whatsoever.
So, and then this weekend, we had probably one of the weirdest weekends overall in MMA we've had in a long time.
In a long time. I'll agree with that.
I definitely, yeah.
So Bellator had a pay-per-view over in New York.
Yep.
And the main card, the pay-per-view card, actually wasn't that bad of a lineup if you're a big MMA fan.
Yeah.
Douglas Lima beat Lorenz Larkin with unanimous decision. Oh, I'm sorry.
Heather Hardy made her
oh shit, she was all the way down there on the undercard.
her flyweight debut. This was live on Spike TV. After pulling out the single leotard for her weigh-in.
That was pretty high-waisted singlet there.
Wasn't covering much.
Heather Hardy's somebody who I got the chance to speak with a couple of years ago. Undefeated boxer. Asked her about making the transition into mixed martial arts, and she wasn't against it then because she had bills to pay. So now we find her in mixed martial arts, making her debut in Bellator over the weekend in New York City up against Alice Yeager.
Yep, and winning that fight TKO third round.
Mm-hmm.
Is she related to the dynamic duo Hardy Boys?
Possibly.
Yes.
Quite possibly.
All right.
James Gallagher taking out Shinzo Machida with a rear naked choke. Ryan Bader in a snooze fest over Phil Davis.
Split decision.
Becoming the new Bellator light heavyweight champion.
Well, and Bader said he's making more money over in Bellator now than he was in the UFC.
Yep.
So he's happy to be there.
Douglas Lima.
I'm actually surprised that he beat Davis in a decision because you don't see Bader make it, that far typically and then win. Usually he gets put to sleep, especially 5 rounds. But whatever. Douglas Lima.
He looked like he was in a lot better shape than
he looked like in a lot better
yeah,
shape
right.
than I've seen him in a long time.
Lorenz Larkin lost. Lima is your champ.
Mm-hmm. A lot of money was lost that night. Larkin was a favorite, right?
He was the favorite, at least from what I saw.
Zach Freeman up against Aaron Pico. This is a guillotine choke.
Yeah, Pico, man, he was touted as this huge prospect for Bellator, this huge MMA prospect, and lost in the first round in 24 seconds.
Just fell right into
However, there are plenty of champions that have lost their first fights.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see what ends up happening.
Yeah, and everybody, like everybody's saying that's such a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it shows you that this was a legitimate fight.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't, then the guy that they put their money into would have won.
Makes sense. And then you had Brent Primus up against Michael Chandler. This was a doctor stoppage due to a broken foot and a missing stool.
Whoa. Yeah. Let's talk about what happened in this fight. Is that Michael Chandler rolled his ankle in this fight, and it was very odd. He kept stepping back on it. He rolled it again. The doctors stop it to check the ankle. They come back. They're looking on it. He stands up, starts chanting to the crowd, and he's telling the doctors, it better be fucking broken if you're stopping this fight. I am good to go. I am good to go. The New York State Athletic Commission grabbed the stool when he stood up and pulled it out from under him. He thought the stool was still there. He went to sit back down and fell on his ass. The minute he starts to stand up again, they wave it off. They said, no, he's obviously not all there. He fell over. He can't stand.
Just such bullshit.
The Athletic Commission pulled the gay fucking Charlie Brown to this poor kid.
I was gonna say, they fucking third grade bullied him.
Michael Chandler says he never wants to fight in New York again.
That was some bullshit.
I feel really bad for him. Now, he's... man. I hope they make this a rematch. I really do. So, Brent Primus, however, is your new champion on this card.
And then Matt Mitrione up against Fedor Emelianenko, which this almost ended in a double KO.
Yeah, double knockdown happened. They both fell down and got up. Obviously, Mitrione was able to get there faster,
Yep.
rushed over and started taking him down. They called the fight for Mitrione. This is 1 minute 14 of the first round.
Cement head right there, man.
When they asked Fedor later in the press conference if he wanted a rematch, he said he would definitely take one. He said that it could have gone either way, and I think a lot of people think it could have gone either way.
Just whoever got up first, man.
But do you feel that like the whole aura and myth and legend of Fedor is just gone?
No, I don't.
I don't think so. I mean, he was doing things that nobody else was doing in his heyday, and he's gotten older.
But I mean,
obviously.
he lost those 3 in a row
Yeah. Well, no.
in Strikeforce. And then he goes up against the Fabio Maldonado, and everyone said it should have went Fabio's way, but because it was in Russia, it went Fedor's way. And now you have this.
Yeah.
I mean, he used to have a chin on him, and it seems like it's kind of gone down.
Well, I mean, there's also been, the whole not I don't want to say.
And he's
mystique,
taken a
but
lot of time off.
The stories behind him, like his fights being handpicked specifically for him. That's why he never fought Barnett over his bride. I don't know. The guy did a lot, and he really was a legend in his own time.
And, right, I'm not trying to discredit his past. I'm trying to say, do you feel now he's going to be as competitive as he once was, or is he done? Should he call it a career and just live off into the
He's not allowed
fucking magical sweater that he had?
His handlers won't let him
be done.
As long as his handlers want money, he will never stop fighting.
Pretty crazy.
Man.
And then you had a Gracie commercial go on in between your main event and your co-main event. You had Nimian Gracie defeated Dave Marfone in a rear naked choke at 227
Of the second round.
And then your main event, Chael Sonnen defeats Vanderlei Silva in a unanimous decision. Pretty much bullied him the whole fight.
Yeah.
And Chael Sonnen goes full heel, in him, even more I think than he ever has before.
I like it.
Says he hates New York. Says I made Tito Ortiz tap out in less than a minute. I got Vanderlei Silva out here in the main event. When it comes to you, Fedor, I only need one shot. You asked me for an autograph in the back, and I patted you on your doughy head and told you I'd think about it. I've made my decision. I'll give you that signature, but it's going to be at the bottom of a contract. You're going to find out, just like Vanderlei and Tito, you never piss off a gangster.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Hey, we said this forever ago. Chael needs to just embrace that and go complete full heel.
And he obviously did. He obviously did. Later he said, I'll never kick a guy when he's down. I respect Fedor. That was my way of pulling him back up, saying that I'd be willing to fight him.
I'm doing you a favor.
How did you feel about the whole performance?
With Chael and
Vanderlei.
I'm surprised he didn't put Vanderlei away sooner.
Yeah.
That's what shocked me the most.
What about Vanderlei pushing and shoving?
Whoa. How about the fact that he had to take it to the ground because the stand-up game wasn't working for him? If they had stayed standing up, I don't think he would have put him away like that.
He's a wrestler.
He's a grappler.
Right.
Yeah, so of course that's how it happened.
So also during this, we had Tito Ortiz allegedly drunk, but the entire time, not allegedly, was heckling Chael.
Oh, yeah.
The entire fight on his feet, yelling, "You suck! You're a pussy! You can't put him away!" All kinds of shit like that. To the fact that New York actually booed "Fuck you, Tito" in a huge chant for a good 5 minutes.
That's hilarious. How are you gonna boo the man that already beat you up? I don't know how you do that. Don't you have to aren't you an indentured servant at that point?
Yeah, but Tito actually won that fight.
Yeah,
if
Tito
you remember.
Tito beat Chael.
He beat Chael. Even though, from what I've said in previous podcasts, you want to go back where I felt that Tito tapped and then they pulled out and then was able to get on top and get the thing that I felt a lot of people felt that it was a work.
Yeah.
To let Tito go out on the high horse to retire for.
That's right.
But he's not done. He's coming back to fight Liddell.
There's rumors that he's going to come back to fight Liddell. I don't know.
The Walker fight.
This was a very strange night for MMA.
Yeah,
with Stoolgate, with Fedor in the double knockdown, with Chael going full heel, with Pico going down. I mean, just the whole thing was kind of...
The whole angle, yeah. It was just
and then we roll into the next...
And then we roll into Sunday with the Ultimate Fight Night. What is this, 112? Is that what that was? Mm-hmm. Yeah, 112. Starting off there on...
Where do you want to start at, man?
I'll go ahead and start off on the prelims on Fox Sports 2.
All right, so Daryl Horcher takes on Devin Powell, split decision in favor of Daryl. Carlos Esparza up against...
Back in the win column.
Yeah, Marina Moroz. unanimous decision in favor of Carla. And then
Where
Marvin.
do you see Carla going from here? Do you think she needs to like jump up and apparently she moved up in rankings
I felt
already?
she needed to finish. If anybody was going to get all riled up about her, I think she needed to finish.
She did move up in rankings. She is now, let's see where she's at.
Number 7?
She is at number 7. Yeah, she moved up 1 spot. I would honestly like to see her have a
I would watch her and Michelle fight.
Michelle Waterson.
Yeah, I'd watch that fight. Who's
right.
number 6 right now?
Yeah. Tisha Torres, I think that'd be a good fight.
But how did Tisha Torres move ahead of Waterson?
She won her last fight. I still would like to see Jessica Aguilar fight Carla Esparza. I know that's a big jump. That's 7-15, but Jessica Aguilar has the win over Carla Esparza back in the Evicted days. That's been something we even talked to her about during her interview, Carla Esparza, when she was on The Ultimate Fighter, how Jessica Aguilar was over in World Series of Fighting, beating a lot of girls, saying that I'm the true strawweight champion, that Carla can have the belt, but it doesn't matter because I beat her.
Paper champ.
That's something I'd be interested in seeing, but again, I know it's a big rankings jump. Carla can go up against anybody in the
Looking
the
at
top
the
4.
not to pull it away from the side, but Courtney Casey, have they not fixed her yet? Because how did she win and move down if they gave her back the win, right?
No, I think it's still a no contest.
I think if you go back to the ratings real quick, I think Carla Esparza up against Jessica Andrade actually is a really, really good matchup. She's number 4 in the rankings, but I think that stylistically those two go up against each other really, really well.
Yeah, we do know that Carla does have a win over Rose, who is pretty high ranked.
Number 3 right now.
Number 3 right now, yeah. So maybe that would be a great rematch as well.
I'd be down for that too. I mean, she's coming off a win. Let her ride that high horse to wherever she can.
All right. And then we have Marvin Vittori over Vitor Miranda gets a unanimous decision.
Like decision fest on Fox Sports 2. Clay Guida also got a decision over Eric Koch.
Did you see the scorpion fucking kicks?
Yes, they were awesome.
First time I've ever seen that ever was Clay Guida goes in there and is able to, he's got a guy against the cage and kick over his own head.
Yeah.
I think he hit him at least once. He tried 3 or 2.
One was clean.
One was clean,
But he got contact with 2.
With 2? Okay.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy. I've never seen that before. Scorpion kicks all over the place.
And jumping on your main card here, you got Dennis Silver get a win over BJ Penn, who just decided to half show up.
Like usual?
Yeah.
I mean, I was texting Eric, our friend, who was actually, Eric was at the Bellator event, by the way. That's why he wasn't
Saturday
covering.
night, yeah.
And he actually was taking pictures from the skybox. I think BJ Penn showed up there at some point to take pictures with
Bellator?
him. I don't know. It's possible. I don't know. Anyway, BJ Penn.
Blow that one up.
Was he wearing, was he wearing
Cal.
his suit inside out at that point in time?
Get Cal's big head in there. All right. That's Cal hanging out with Mr. Penn.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. I've seen that picture before.
BJ Penn,
I have that same selfie with BJ.
Wait.
BJ Penn
We
wearing
were in
his
front of the Nate Diaz thing in
that's
Stockton.
right. You guys met in Stockton.
We met in Stockton.
BJ Penn wearing his shorts inside out was weird.
Protest.
Probably his protest over the whole Reebok deal. BJ Penn just, I guess, looked normal. Then he didn't look like he was showing up. He was not happy. He just didn't want to be there. Maybe the first round, I think BJ was all right. And then by the second, he was just like, fuck it. By the third, he was definitely like, hands down.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
that's like nachos waiting. Like, I need to gain some weight. I'm 145.
Yeah.
I should be fighting at 155. Possibly retire.
It was one of those things where it's like, why am I here again?
Yeah, it was typical BJ.
Yeah,
Starts out strong and then, halfway in the BJ.
And we talk about
You want a strong finish with your BJ, man, not a weak
but I'm
finish.
We talk about a motivated BJ.
I'm talking reality-wise. BJs just don't.
We talk about a
don't
motivated
show that.
BJ, and what I texted you guys.
When you get a limp-wristed finish from your BJ, it's horrible.
What I texted you guys about with BJ is that if he wants motivation and needs to get back in there and fight, maybe he should just have a hard sparring session and then just call it a day.
Call it a day.
And not actually going for a contract. I mean, he's not going to get paid for a hard sparring session, but
He got $180,000 to do what he did.
he was the top paid guy in this whole card.
Yeah, and then people were like, "Well, maybe he's just doing it because he needs money. He's worth $22
He
million."
has tons of money.
he's not,
His
is he?
family has tons of money.
Yeah, $22
He does
million.
never need money.
You know, I want to see BJ Penn fight Mike Dolce, and then that's my goal fight right there.
No, I want to
What-
see
wait.
Dolce and the guy from Nutrition because they talk smack to each other.
I heard
a lot.
about that. Yeah. So Tim Means, the Dirty Bird, gets it over Alex Garcia. I did not see that coming. I thought Alex Garcia was going to win that fight.
Unanimous decision in favor of Tim Means, though.
Alex Garcia looked like a mini Hector Lombard in that fight.
Not good. That's what that means.
Didn't work
when
out.
you
Good
play
for Tim
wrong.
Means. Good for Dirty Bird.
Dominic Reyes up against Joaquim Christensen. TKO in the very first round, 29 seconds.
Young
Dominic
up and coming
Reyes.
prospect, man.
Watch whoever win.
Joaquim had a lot of experience, and it just did not work out well for him.
Felice Herrig got a shitty win over Justine Kish.
So this got put up that in the middle of the fight, during a choke, Justine Kish appeared to poop herself. And I was arguing with our friend Eric there, and he was like, there's no way.
Eric from My MMA News.
There's no
Fucker.
way. He's like, I get drunk and shit myself all the time, and this doesn't happen.
He said to be fair, he said like once a year. Which when you're an adult is technically all the time.
And so he's like, there's no way. First of all, and he made a very good point. Felice Herrig is pretty, like, a pretty girl, like a prissy girl. You would think she'd, like, freak out and be like, she shit on me! She shit on me!
No, her
You know what I
trainer,
mean?
her
Like,
trainer
you know-
asked her, did you know what happened? She goes, I smelt it. I thought she just farted.
Really?
Yeah.
Later in an interview, she says, yeah, I knew what happened. I knew, but I didn't want to make a big deal about it.
Yeah.
We're just going to continue. We're going to be professional. And she's already dealing with it on her own.
She was being a bro.
I don't want to
She's
deal
being a
with
bro.
Right.
Yeah.
And luckily she was wearing the loose shorts, you know, where it's
So,
the-
like, it collected?
well, just you couldn't tell right when it happened. Like if she'd have been wearing just the straight spandex shorts, you would have seen it.
I don't think you would have. I think it would have been more mashed in there. If it's loose, it's going to, like, flow. I mean, obviously, it did flow out.
It's
Just
like
the
a net.
juice. That's all that came out was juice.
Is that? Oh, this is gross. It's not like the guy who had like 7 bowls of chili before his MMA debut.
No, that one just fell out.
That was a lot of poop.
Yeah,
That
that
was a lot
just
of poop.
fell out. There.
And then Justine Kish. So everyone was saying, did she poop? Did she not poop? Did she poop?
pooped.
Did she not poop?
She pooped.
It wasn't like blood that they try to like go back
There
and
was
like
poop.
clean out. She put it on Twitter. Shit happens.
Yeah.
So she pretty much admitted it and said, you know what? I'm a warrior. I'm gonna come back
Yeah.
and things are gonna be good.
You got to own that shit.
And she definitely did.
Yeah.
She definitely did.
Mr. Hanky came out to play. It's all good. Don't worry about
And then
it.
Felice goes on to have a post-fight conference where she says, wait a minute, that she's not pretty enough or young enough for the UFC to promote her, and it's just not fair because she's been here for so long.
Yeah.
And then the next day,
It's not a good look for you, Felice. That was a really bad look for you.
and then does the next day,
Pandering.
it seemed a lot of like, please tell me I'm pretty. Please
Yeah.
tell me. Because the next day she does a fucking podcast and says, I get promoted when it's a hot girl fight.
Yeah.
Are you pretty or are you not pretty?
Right.
Pick one.
But then she goes on to
So
say,
I'm not mailing that letter where we're trying to get the friendship bracelets now.
I want my friendship bracelet.
No, I'm
that's
not
what I'm
even gonna
upset
ask
about,
her
and that's
now.
why I'm bringing this shit up.
"Oh, I'll ask her. I want my friendship bracelet, Felice."
She's gonna send you some butt beads. That's what she's gonna
I
send
think
you.
she is.
with a huge handle.
I think she is
look.
pretty.
I don't care where they've been before. I just want them now.
You know what? I mean, and she talks about she's not promoted. We just talked about this before the show started. On The Ultimate Fighter, she was promoted a lot.
She was the most promoted person on that.
Yeah, and we
season.
thought by basis of promotion, we thought
She was going to do well.
Yeah.
Remember, we were taking
Yes.
bets like, who's promoted the most? Well, Felice looks like she's promoted the most. She's obviously got to do well.
Well, she was the one that we got offered interviews with when we were
Right.
during that season.
Yeah. But
it was because
like
it was
these
all
people that
because
are
she
already
had
in the
good-looking
UFC.
feet.
Oh, and Felice Herrig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Herrig.
Herrig.
I'm not a fish.
I'm not a fish.
Do you like fish sticks?
Gefilga fish.
You like fish sticks
And then, but she later said on, when it's a hot girl fight, but I'm not the one being promoted, it's the other person being promoted.
All right, whatever. Yes, the person who shit themselves was promoted. You're absolutely correct.
I don't know.
Do you? I mean, okay, just she's not a bad looking girl.
No. She also then called out a rematch for Paige Van Zandt. So she's going to bitch about not being the hot girl in that fight again.
and then ask for a hot girl fight. You are a conundrum.
Oh, woo! I thought that was going somewhere else.
Wow.
Felice Herrig does
Josh
get
ducked.
Felice Herrig does get the win over Justine Kish, and then you have your catchweight bout because Johnny Hendricks pig rig once again
Oh, get that
does
pig rig
not
up there.
pig rig
make
picture up there.
weight. He came in at
Clown.
188.
Fucking clown.
How do you move up in weight class and still not make weight?
Ask Johnny Hendricks.
Hey, was it him that was trying not to step on the scale, or was that
No.
No. That was in Bellator. We
That was
covered
in
that
Bellator,
last
yeah.
week. Johnny Hendricks got on the scale and went. Started to get off the scale, and they're like, no. We need pictures of you on the scale. And he's like, fuck.
Was it you that said maybe he's doing this to get fired?
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's a possibility. All I'm saying is when he came around the corner, Stevie Wonder knew he was overweight. When he walked in the room,
Stevie Wonder's on, I smell bacon. That motherfucker's overweight.
Boom, baba, boom, baba, boom, baba.
Man,
Where does Johnny Hendricks go from here?
The fucking burger shop.
I think him and Kevin Costello need to open a Chiba Hut. It is a smoke-friendly sandwich shop. I put this on Twitter. They both can have some subs before they go.
You pasta eating motherfucker.
Jesus. And even Tim Boach made weight, and he's a big guy at 185.
Don't blame carbs for that.
I'm just,
Doritos had nothing to do with that.
I'm
That
blaming-
is straight barbecue.
I'm going pasta all
That's
day on that
protein
one, man.
right there.
He's like fucking spooning it up.
Man.
Some fucking penne, a little penne regatta. Yeah.
What's even funnier is he made that parody video of himself the year before on, what was it, the MMA awards, where he's like, I can't stop eating, I can't make weight. Like,
Yeah.
remember that whole,
I
he's
do
doing the whole
remember that.
Weekend song?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't make weight because I eat too much.
Yeah, that's right.
And I love it.
And your main event was Kevin Lee.
So Tim Boach gets the win, TKO, head kick, and punches.
Yeah.
Good for the blue collar
46
brawler. I
seconds
loved
in the
it,
second
every
round.
minute of it.
We love Tim Boach here. We don't like Johnny Hendricks. Kevin Lee up against Michael Chiesa. This was a technical submission, rear naked choke in the very first round, 4 minutes and 37 seconds. This stemming from their
Very-
don't talk about my mama.
Yeah. Very, though, controversial finish.
It should say win by Yamasaki.
It should say win by Yamasaki. Yamasaki choke is what happened here.
Yamasaki choke. That's fucking hilarious.
Michael Chiesa ended up giving up his back. Kevin Lee went in for the choke, went in for a rear naked choke. And with 30 seconds left on the clock, there's two different stories that happen here. Obviously, the main one is that Yamasaki stepped in because he felt that Michael Chiesa was about to tap or was done. He says he was out. His hands, he went from grabbing the hands to putting his hands out like this, and Yamasaki stepped in.
As you can tell from this still photo, he is clearly not breathing.
Unconscious, yeah.
He's not moving at all right now.
He's not-
moving.
there is
He's not
no
moving.
movement.
No movement in this picture.
None at all.
It's virtually identical.
Hey, if the clinch fits,
You must have quit.
we must have quit.
And so he did get the choke. Now, Michael Chiesa right after says, first of all, Yamasaki should be fired. He needs to worry about reffing instead of making little fucking heart hands. And that he was not going out. He said he was never given a warning other than when he looked at Yamasaki coming towards him. He's like, oh, fuck, he's going to call it. He said he went...
Oh, I'm wondering if he turned into Herb Dean. He seen him. He was like, Herb's coming in. Oh, they're gonna end it right now.
He says
He just morphs in his
he was looking
euphoric
up.
state.
He saw the 30 seconds left on the clock. He went from fighting the hands. He said he went to shrug his shoulders,
Because he's trying to flex his neck.
stiff his neck, and put his hands out to flex everything in his body so that he will not get the choke and wait the 30 seconds when Yamasaki stopped it. He never tapped nor went out.
No, he was channeling his inner windpipe.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Dana White posted a picture of Yamasaki doing this shit
Yeah.
on his Instagram and just fucking blasted him for being a shit ref.
Kevin Lee says, you know what? I felt him go out. He was out.
Oh, really?
Chiesa says there's no way that's possible. He's demanding a rematch. He's also demanding to get this looked into, possibly an appeal.
Wasn't it Mazzagatti who was the shitty ref before? and
Yeah,
now
in
it's
fact,
Yamasaki?
well, what's funny is that actually Dana's post was Mario Mazzagatti
Right.
Oh, Jesus.
shits the bed again.
Wow. Mazzagatti was the guy who Dana White was quoted as saying he shouldn't be allowed to watch MMA fights,
yeah.
let alone be anywhere near them to ref them.
And then we had
Yeah, I mean, besides, remember last year, didn't we learn that some of these guys are evading the choke by using their butthole as a snorkel?
Yes. Yeah. It's a very little known technique. You're gonna learn it
you
from
can breathe.
There's a yogi in Malaysia that'll teach it to you.
Yeah, and he's got a boo-boo with him, and they both do it.
Do you feel he was out?
Man, I've seen it in slow motion, and there is a point where, and again, I don't, like you're saying, like he put his hands out like he's trying
Flexing.
to
He's
flex
flexing.
his neck, but at the same time, his eyes kind of,
It looks like he's about to tap too.
yeah, well, I mean, he's going out.
But
Okay.
the thing is, he's
so
not
here's-
out and he didn't
And
tap. The
but he's
fight
got
shouldn't have been
20
called.
seconds to be in that hold.
Right. So do you think again? He's saying either let me go out or let me tap.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
I agree with that.
And we've had other
Or,
people-
or ask, give me a response.
That
or
you're
give
okay.
Me, or give
Because
me a
even if
thumbs
he's
up.
like this, he could have went.
Yeah.
What's the last four of your social?
No, you got to give him a question he can know. True or false? I'm holding up some fingers.
True?
He's all right. He's good. He's still eating choke. No big deal. I mean, we have talked about fighter safety. You know what I mean? Obviously, we had other fighters pass away in other sports like boxing that we just talked about, the Tim Hague thing.
I don't think this is.
I don't think this is anywhere remotely close to this situation.
Because we haven't had somebody die from a choke out.
No.
And he wasn't in any. For Mazagati to call that fight then, he wasn't in any serious danger. Yamasaki was making an assumption based on what he thought was happening with the fighter, which isn't fair, because then that's a slippery slope.
Yep.
Because then when do you start calling fights way too early because you feel like he's out? Yeah, he's out.
But there was also
I don't know, man. He looks like he's in way better shape than you. We're gonna call this fight right now.
Yeah.
He's safe, boy.
There was also this.
He's got abs. You don't. He wins.
Yeah. Roy Nelson never wins a fight again.
Channel that redneck.
Yeah, I did. It was perfect.
And then there was the rumor on this thing called Reddit, which doesn't exist apparently.
It's just
How do you spell that?
a forum.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you spell that?
It's just a form of opinions.
Yeah, I mean you got to refresh it all the time. I mean you're just sitting there waiting for it to happen. But anyway,
yeah.
Okay.
They had said that Yamasaki just wanted to get out of there because that area of the ring smelled like shit.
Is it READET?
I don't know, because I felt Johnny Hendricks went down because he smelled the shit, and that's when he got knocked out.
Look, man, I'll tell you right now, I got an 11-year-old boy, and sometimes I'm not sure he shits in the toilet. It's like, I walk in there, and I'm like, this smells like doesn't smell like
It's
a
still
wet
here.
shit. It
It's
smells
still
like
here.
a dry shit.
It's still
like
here.
you shit on the ground and then picked it up and put it in the toilet.
And it's still here.
Because because you didn't put any water on it until it was too late.
Did you have to let it linger?
Did you have to pull my finger?
So Kevin Lee then called out Khabib.
But Khabib is not going to be available.
He's in
because
rehab. Well, he's rehabbing.
He's rehabbing, but he's also slated to fight Conor McGregor in December per day.
Allegedly.
Are you already buying the hype?
In Russia. They're going to do the New Year's Eve card in Russia.
Not even this much.
Okay.
Not even a little tiny fucking bit.
Tony Ferguson was on the post show, and they were getting into it a little bit. I'd like to see Tony Ferguson fight Kevin Lee.
Sure.
And shut him up a little bit.
That's fine, because Ferguson is the one who wants to fight Khabib also, right?
Yeah.
So fine.
That fight has been scheduled twice and not happened.
I'm good with Ferguson fighting Lee, and if McGregor and Khabib fight, then cool. But honestly, I'm still waiting to see what happens in August when Mayweather and Conor come out to the middle of the fucking ring.
And money
then,
just spews everywhere.
Wait,
they fucking thumb wrestle.
It just explodes in money, right? Because that's all that's going to happen.
So how?
Like
Okay.
confetti, right?
Yeah.
You mean
it's just
the fight that they haven't started selling tickets for yet, in the place that Ice Cube's supposed to have a basketball game going on?
You really think Ice Cube's not going to give up his Big 3 tournament?
I'm just saying. Why
he's going to be like, hey,
they started
I'll trade you my
tickets.
Big 3 tournament for tickets.
Hey, but they've already
Those
started
tickets
selling.
are from what I saw, the alleged prices.
Dana came out and said tickets are not. If you said you bought tickets,
You're lying.
You got took.
Yeah.
You're full of shit.
Yeah,
But tickets are allegedly, like we reported that last time, anywhere between like $2,000 to
We
like
don't
10
know.
grand.
No, they don't know because they're not even available yet.
Money.
What about like some general admission tickets on like the lawn?
Mulan.
It's
No, like
inside.
the lawn.
Oh.
Like a shoreline, when you're way in the back. Just to say you were
You
there.
just get to see it on the big screen outside.
Yeah. You can't really see anything.
With a minor obstruction.
Yeah.
You'd be in the freeway there. You'd be on the fucking freeway.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Just to say
Wouldn't
you
be
were
the
there.
first time he's on the freeway.
Yeah.
Well, gotta make money, man. Gotta make money. No fights going down this weekend. Basically,
Yeah, there's no fights going down this weekend at all. None. Zero.
totally fucking kidding there, PFL. PFL.
We don't have any. No, is this an official PFL fight?
Well, allegedly, this is an official PFL fight that's going down tomorrow on my birthday, which nobody cares about because
How
it's only
come-
4 fights and going down in Daytona.
It doesn't matter. So
It's happening after the races.
Sean, you need to send us gear because now this cat has to wear it.
I'm going to be probably in Santa Cruz on my birthday, so I would have loved to wear a PFL vintage shirt
Vintage.
to wear it, but I don't have one because they don't exist yet, so...
All right, so PFL League 36, Fish versus Foster, going down
36.
at Daytona International Speedway.
How is it 36 again?
It's not supposed to be 36. He said it's not supposed to be
So it's
36.
PFL 1?
They're not supposed
PFL
to,
numero uno.
They weren't going to use the
Virtually
numbers.
identical.
It was just going to be, from what he told
Just
me.
PFL Fitch
and
versus
you know
Foster.
what, Sean, it's been 2 weeks since we talked about this, but I thought it was just supposed to be PFL Fitch versus Foster. And that's what they're all going to be from this point forward.
All right, I'm taking Fitch in this fight because Foster is a washout from the UFC who hasn't really done that well in UFC or in World Series of Fighting before they shut down. And
I
Fitch
love his
is a
beer
great
and small barrel.
Fitch is a great
wrestler.
blanket. He's
Yeah,
awesome.
and that's all that's going to happen.
He's the best blanket
I mean,
ever.
and then also on this card is Honey Marks, who was also a washout from the UFC.
Jason,
And check that out, Carlos Farter, another washout from the UFC and Strikeforce. So good for this card. I'm glad it's happening on my fucking birthday. Way to go there, PFL.
It's like UFC's Saturday School.
I would rather watch The Contender.
No, it's
Those
like,
are at least fighters that I'm seeing that might have a career.
I'm just saying, it's like the UFC's Breakfast Club, after school detention. I don't know. You call it whatever the fuck you want, but that's happening.
PFL 36, apparently, according to Wikipedia. Might want to get on that, Sean. You're a media guy.
Fitch versus Foster, officially. I'm on Team TFL. Anyway, thanks for listening.
This was episode 400.
This was episode 400. This is kind of awesome. That's a big milestone for us. We started this 8 years ago. 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
Holy shit.
Yeah, 8 years in the making. Episode 400. So thanks for being a supporter for so long. Thanks to Dodge for jumping on board when he did. Thanks for Dennis and Josh for jumping in to keep this thing alive as long as they have. 400 episodes is nothing to scoff at. We've been doing it for quite a while. And we thoroughly enjoy it, and we enjoy you listening and your comments and you being giant assholes. So keep doing that as well.
And when we say 400, that is Friday episodes. That doesn't include our interviews and all the little minor shit that we do in between. Because if you want to add all that stuff, we've got probably close to 1,000 shows.
Probably.
I grabbed that screen grab the other day.
It was just Nate Diaz slapping Dana White. So anyway, big thanks to our sponsors, MyMMAnews.com, and of course, Dependable Solutions as well. Thank you for jumping on when you did. Dependable Solutions.
Innovate your business.
Innovate your business.
That's right. And Fight Labs. Right now, if you go to Fight Labs and you type in Lion's Den, all in caps, in the coupon section, they'll give you a discount from SDMMA.
Yeah, there you go. Lions Den, legit
Fight
supplements.
Labs.
Yeah, Fight Lab stuff. Very cool
Best
stuff.
subs on earth.
So big thanks for all your support. We do appreciate it. Sorry for coming at you early, but Dodge's birthday is tomorrow, so happy birthday to Dodge.
Yeah.
And from the Rulaw Family Studios,
I was
Dodge
just
and
going to
Dennis.
release this tomorrow, but okay, I'll put it out
It's released
tonight.
today.
I don't know.
Whatever today's day
Million
is.
time.
It's
Yeah.
Dodge's birthday.
On the Egyptian calendar.
On the Egyptian
Australian
calendar.
calendar.
From the Rulaw Family
From the
Studios.
future.
Bueller, Dodge, and Dennis saying have a good night. We'll see you at the fights.